Hey guys, Roman Reaper here. As you can see, I turned 18 recently. That's pretty cool. I turned 18 on Saturday. No videos about it though, because I didn't really get much in the way of movie stuff, so there wouldn't really be much of a video. But now I have a very special video today. I'm doing a cinema trip. I know what you're thinking, you do cinema trips videos all the time, but what's the difference here? But if you've read the title, then you know I'm doing a double bill. I've never done this before. It's a very new and exciting experience for me. Seeing two films at the cinema in the one day, back to back. That's exciting stuff. So they're starting off with Uncharted at 5 to 12, and then going straight into Moonfall at 2 o'clock. I'll probably miss most of the ads for Moonfall, but as long as I don't miss the film, I'll be fine with it. I probably won't, to be fair. I think the cinemas have to run the ads anyway to, so they can get money in. But yeah, I'm really excited about this double bill cinema experience. I'm gonna head out in a bit to the cinema and get my seat, get my popcorn. I've ordered 2 small popcorns, one for each showing, which should make up roughly overall one medium popcorn, which is what I'd normally get, when I go to the cinema just to see one film. So yeah, I'll head out to the cinema and go see Uncharted and Moonfall. Time for film 1, Uncharted.
Lung diseases. It could be in any building constructed before.
So yeah, Uncharted. Now I went into this film with kind of low expectations. I thought the trailer for this just looked pretty generic and mediocre. I wasn't that expecting too much. Also kind of, holding my expectations back a bit was the not so secret that this film has had kind of a troubled production, and its road to the big screen is very interesting. It's like in development as far back as something like 2006, and was like originally meant for release in 2016, and through various production setbacks and of course COVID related delays, has finally found itself being released in half term in February 2022. With that in mind, I gotta say the film was better than I thought it was going to be. It's nothing special, but I had a good time with it. Plot-wise, it's fairly typical adventure movie, MacGuffin, globe-trotting treasure hunt stuff. But, it keeps an energetic pace that it keeps you engaged and you're never bored. And, the directing and cinematography and score are all fine. They're nothing particularly special. I was kind of surprised to learn that the cinematographer on this also worked on Last Night in Soho. Now, obviously, I've not seen Last Night in Soho, but I imagine obviously that's a much better directed film than this, because it's competently made, this film, but it's obviously nothing special. The chemistry between Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. I went into this kind of expecting them just to be the Spider-Man and Marky Mark, playing Spider-Man and Marky Mark, and they kind of were, but they had good chemistry together. They landed a fair amount of decent jokes that got some good chuckles out of me. But and there's nothing like couldn't like just constantly just you're not constantly after anything. It's not Jackass Forever, but when jokes come, you'll probably get a decent chuckle out of them, and there's a fair amount of them. So yeah. And the action set pieces are fun, kind of plasticky in places because of the reliance on CGI, but they're entertaining. They're very fun, ambitious, video game-esque ones. Like, there's a fight scene in an auction house. There's a chase scene over some rooftops, and there's a fight scene on board a cargo plane with falling cargo. However, the standout set piece here is, and you've seen this in the trailer, so it's no spoiler me mentioning this, but there's like a set piece, the climactic set piece here is set on board two pirate ships that are being airlifted by helicopters. That was really fun, and in the best way possible. I'd actually like. If this were in a game, I would have a ton of fun playing through it. Like, yeah, sure, plot-wise it's kind of predictable, like some obvious crosses and double crosses, and yeah, the villain is pretty dull. Antonio Banderas, often Puss in Boots, but he's just left with this incredibly generic monologue exposition dump role. And so obviously there's another villain that kind of the action is left to, just because do you really expect this guy to be delivering the brunt of the set pieces here? No. But yeah, overall, Uncharted was good fun. Is it the greatest thing ever made? No. Is it entertaining? Given is it what it is and entertaining? Oh, absolutely. Overall, I'm going to give Uncharted a 6.5 out of 10. I had quite a good time with this. Oh yeah, and there is a mid-credit scene, so stay in your seat for that. You don't need to sit all the way through the credits, because it comes after just the main end titles, really. Now, back to the cinema for part 2 of the double bill. Moonfall. Now time for film number 2, Moonfall. So yeah, Moonfall. I went into this film knowing pretty much what I was getting into. Like, it's a Roland Emmerich film, so you know exactly the type of dumb, mindless fun you're getting into when you see these. This guy made Independence Day, Day After Tomorrow, 2012. To be honest, in terms of the Roland Emmerich disaster film canon, this is definitely the biggest and stupidest film he has made. Like my God. On the one hand, this is a really, really run-of-the-mill disaster film. Full of tons of stuff you'd expect, like thin side characters that you aren't really invested in. going on side quests that really serve to only drag out the plot a bit. 'Cause there's not a lot going on here. Oh, and because there's so little going on, they decide to throw in just a random chase scene in the middle of all the destruction. It's like very much like something out of a video game, and not in a good way. Uh, we also have tons and tons of destruction, which you'd expect, of which the general casualties and are they're just glossed over. Like yeah, heroes, they did it, woo! But like, you probably just can't help but think that so many people would have died during all this. Oh yeah, and we also have tons of we also have a bit of American patriotism here, with some bit of congratulatory round to NASA and the Department of Defense. And one choice line, and this is noteworthy here, and it's Oscar-worthy writing here, being "I work for the American people." There's other Oscar-worthy dialogue as well. There's like tons and tons of technobabble about megastructures, and there's one line: "The moon's the greatest cover-up in human history." And there's another line of how there's another line they've harnessed the universe's natural building blocks, and some other babble about like gravity waves. There's again, but it's not all terrible. That for one, Halle Berry and Patrick Wilson clearly know what kind of film they're in. And they do have some kind of fun, and I also kind of like the puppy dog charm of the conspiracy theorist, megastructuralist, comic relief character, Dr. Houseman. He had some pretty funny bits, and you can absolutely tell that $140 million was spent on this, because the special effects are really good. You can absolutely see where that money has gone, and there's some really good imagery here, particularly on the moon stuff. It's just that there's so much like boring Earth stuff. You just kind of wish for more moon stuff, because what's there is kind of novel and interesting until the big reveal. Whew. This film is in its final act, there's a big reveal that is just unparalleled in its level of stupidity. That I mean it. You kind of have to see it to believe it, because to talk about it would be a spoiler. Like, you just have to see it for yourself to understand just how ridiculous and unbelievably stupid it is. When this reveal happened, I was genuinely unsure whether to laugh or just sit there open mouthed in awe of what I was witnessing. Like, my God, Fast and Furious 9 is on the straight and narrow compared to this. I mean that. That's a film which completely overuses magnets and has a car that's really chucked into space. But yeah, overall, I think the screening being empty should serve it as a warning sign. And overall, I'm gonna give Moonfall a 4 out of 10. Yeah, this was not very good, but you might get some unintentional laughs out of it. It's not a complete waste. So yeah, overall, this was a cool experience. I'd definitely like to do another one of these at some point, just because it was fun. It's fun going to the cinema and seeing two films on one day, right after each other. Who wouldn't love to do that? And in these times, it's nice to have positive optics like this. So yeah, if you know, if you want to do one, if you want to do a double bill, by all means go ahead. It's a really fun experience. You'll probably enjoy it. But obviously, just make sure that if you do a double bill, that know what you're seeing, and make sure to find screenings within rapid succession of each other, so you get the proper double bill experience. So you're basically going into one film, out of one film into another. And overall, of the two, Uncharted was definitely the better film. It's nothing special, but it was entertaining. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say, really. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments. Have you seen Uncharted? Have you seen Moonfall? What did you think of them? Are you a fan of the Uncharted games? And do you enjoy Roland Emmerich's disaster films? Have you done a cinema double bill? Let me know. All that down in the comments. Hit the subscribe button if you're new and you want to see more content, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.